Hi, my name is Jacob Van Zyl. Today is the 13th of April 2025. I just want to do a recording about the infinite serial attempted murderer Edward Janco Van Zyl breaking into my house again very recently, just a while back. Matter of fact, he tried to break into my house at midnight on the 13th of April 2025. It was about an hour ago. It was between 12 and 1 o'clock, which is midnight, which according to my cell phone's calendar is AM. So he broke into my house at midnight. He was asking for me at my window, and then he was trying to wake me up while I was sleeping inside of my TV room at my house in Akasha, Gauteng. So I was sleeping, and then at midnight, which is difficult to record it and digitally record it and use it as evidence, but it was on midnight, and it was on the 13th of April 2025. He was then, if I allowed him into my house, or if he's still around here at my house, he is going to try and kill me and the 5 dogs, 37 rabbits, thus his 7 chickens and fishes at my house in Akasha, Gauteng, so that he could steal, digitally smuggle, and electronically pirate my Google account and Facebook account. He was also preying upon me as an infinite likelihood victim, and he was also corrupting the police again. Now, to be woken up at midnight and just standing there with no burger or chicken or food, after I was gaming on this Friday, which was the 11th of April 2025, which is very cruel towards me and my animals. It's extremely cruel, not even to have chips available or cooling from south, just be a selfish, long guy over there, and having that type of, aristocratic ways about them that I can not help you out. I'm just here to keep you alive so that I can brainwash you in order to delete all of the posts you have of me on Facebook about the crimes you committed. I committed, basically. So what he's doing is, and I've been tipped off, he's only keeping me alive so that he can brainwash me into deleting the post, my Facebook post about him, about the crimes he committed. So it's very difficult to state this. It's very difficult to allege this. In other words, he didn't wake me, he didn't kill me tonight because he only wants to keep me alive in order to force, brainwash, push and fight me into deleting my Facebook posts about the crimes he committed. That's basically what he's doing. That's what he's doing. None of the neighbors are alerting me or warning me. They are not chasing him off. They're too scared of him. He's a long guy. He's very thin. Can creep into people's houses. Many people have protection orders against Edward Janco Van Zyl. Many people have that against him. They don't want them close to him. And from my point of view, is I know he is awoke deep inside. If I allowed him in, if he's like nice on the outside, it's only after a while he's gonna force me to sit down with him and then talk about my Facebook post about the crimes he committed, and then after a while he's gonna fight for his niece, which I think is Chantal Venter. They state that they allege that his niece is Chantal Venter. Now that female has stolen between 50 and 200 cell phones in her lifetime, and I posted on Facebook about how she attempted to steal, digitally smuggle and electronically pirate my BlackBerry playbook, which was back then on the 27th of February 2024. It was either on the 27th of February 2024 or on the 28th of February 2024. So she, that night, there was a midnight, that night she attempted to steal my BlackBerry playbook. It was actually officially the 28th of February 2024. Now, he doesn't want his niece, who is a serial cell phone thief, to be known on social media for stealing those things. So he's now out there corrupting the police on behalf of her as well. So since certain entities who rape stalks, who are called George Moody and his wife, and Ant-Mine and his wife, got police case numbers against me and protection orders against me for reporting them on social media for committing light polluting crimes against me. Soon afterwards, homosexual super criminals like Edward Janco Van Zyl and then Chantal Venter, they're all joining in and corrupting the police even further so that they could force, brainwash, push and fight me into deleting my Facebook post about the crimes I committed. That's basically the only reason why Edward Janco Van Zyl is hanging out with me. He is like I'm like a president who nobody likes. Now they're all going to a ballet, like a voting place, and then voting me off my Facebook account. So he's just a pawn of the dog raping George Moody. He's just a pawn. He's always confused. Oh, please don't. It's all of them like George Moody. It's like him and Chantal Venter. They're all confused all the time. They all have to be explained again and again and again. Every time you have to explain to them over and over and over again. That guy raped a dog. Now he's light polluting me. Now all of the memories of him raping that dog and then metaphysically as above murdering him is eliminated by light pollution, through light polluting me. Now I have to go there and remind the guy, no, you are preying upon me because I'm an infinite light polluted victim, plus you are, Nissan is bankrupted and it's not going to last long. Now I have to explain to people like this every time, and that is what he's working on. So there's many dumbass people standing in a row. Oh, no, that guy, he didn't rape a dog. No, that spotlight is that type of light pollution that's happening upon you. That is not burning away the photos and memories of a guy like George Moody raping a dog to death about 15 years. No, that is not the truth. So that's now what's happened. You have many super criminals. One thing is, you have this guy like Edward Janco Van Zyl, né? He breaks into my house in Acacia Gauteng, and then he brings other super criminals with him in order to delete my Facebook post about the crimes they committed. Like today, Edward came to my window. It's like a gun, taking a gun through my window and my curtains, and then pointing it at me and saying, listen man, I got Paul also over here. Paul Wilkerson is also over here. Yeah, don't you remember? You also posted on Facebook about the crimes he committed. Don't you remember that one? Don't you remember that? Can you please delete it for us? Delete it for us. So that's basically what he's doing. He's like, hey Jacob, I'm not here to feed you at all. I don't care about you. I'm just preying upon you because you're an infinite light polluted victim. I'm just preying upon you because everybody hates you. I'm just, corrupting the police even further now on behalf of Paul Wilkinson. So that's what Edward is doing. He's like thinking that I'm so submissive that, hey man, I've actually brought Paul Wilkinson here as well. Can you go on your Facebook account and then delete all the posts about the crimes you committed on Facebook as well? Please go and do that now. Otherwise I kill you. Do you understand? So that's basically what Edward Janco Van Zyl is scheming all the time. How to break into my house at midnight and then deleting all of the digital evidence I have against them about the crimes he committed. And then he goes off, no, I'm not corrupting the police at this moment. I'm not corrupting them. He is corrupting the police to the core of their beings. He's corrupting them. Him and Paul and his niece Chantal Venter, who stole 500 cell phones, he's corrupting them to the core of them, so that there's no evidence of them committing those crimes. The police are so corrupted by them, they listen to anything they say. Now what happens is, there are entities surrounding here who are preying upon my dental implants at a level on a grand scale, on a grand corruption scale. They are preying upon my dental implants. Preying upon my dental implants is when a guy like Edward Janco Van Zyl doesn't wake me up with a burger. I'll say, oh no, I'm actually not brave enough to cave. No, he comes here with this sad, miserable look, this staring into my eye soul about how to practice, brainwashing me even further into deleting the post about my Facebook post about the crimes he committed. So that's what he's doing most of the time. That's what goes on most of the time. So what I would suggest to people like that, get protection orders against people like them, because they will corrupt the police even further. It's like going to the Acacia police station and then talking to people and they say, but we are too corrupted. You make the crime. You, Jacob, you do the crime. We don't know what further I want to say. You corrupted. No, he doesn't corrupt at all. No. So that's what's happening. You have super criminals like Edward Janco Van Zyl, and just a revolution that's happening of super criminals are standing in a row. I mean, you're talking about 20 to 50 criminals standing in a row, waiting to brainwash me in order to delete my Facebook post about the crimes they committed. So that's what's happening to Edward. He's now walking around over there, Rawson, or close to my house, or spying upon me even now. And then he's getting all of his buddies. Hey man, didn't Jacob like a post on Facebook about the crimes he committed? Oh, let's go break into his house, man. Let's break into his house and then force him to delete all of those Facebook posts about the crimes he committed. Let's do that now, man. Let's go there now. And that's what he's doing. And then if I don't do that, you'll say, oh man, I'm going to go and corrupt the police at Acacia police station again. I'm not going to mention to them that I tried to kill you if you don't delete my Facebook post about the crimes I committed. That's what he's doing. So it is a specific way of a super criminal studying the dental implants I have. Because in other ways, if I don't delete the Facebook post about the crimes he committed and other criminals committed, he will make certain that all of the food that so in certain ways he will spy upon me, and then when I'm eating, he will push the food into my dental implants so that it's stuck, so that I'm forced then to have surgery taken upon me, which is very painful. Or he will allow the teeth to deteriorate and then I have to suffer for the rest of my life. So that's a way a super criminal, how can I allege this? It's a super criminal that is attacking my dental implants. It's a super criminal that's attacking my dental implants. That's basically how it works. He spies upon me. This is the use of Afrikaans. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm Afrikaner, rugby supporter and stuff. No, the only thing I know about modern day Afrikaners is that they are preying upon my dental implants. I can't go to the police or any security people and then, confess what type of crimes they're committing, because they attacked my dental implants. They attacked the dental implants square root. There's no privacy I have because I have dental implants. People are studying it. Ooh, yeah, Jacob he's quite a good investigative journalist and stuff. Yeah, I could fix it by, institutionally discriminating myself by attacking his dental implants. So that's what he's focusing upon all the time. Just, attack Jacob's dental implants, okay? And then corrupt the police, okay? And then I'm institutionally discriminated. Yeah, good. Police clearance, sure. Now that's what he's doing. So what Edward Janco Van Zyl is doing is, of course, out there he's a smooth, like, gay guy. And he pretends, oh no, I don't know that I've been recorded and that I'm published on YouTube. I didn't know that I was published on YouTube for being a attempted murderer and a digitally corrupted individual. I didn't know that. I didn't know. It doesn't exist. And then as soon as he is inside, then he awakes. And he said, well, yeah, man, please go onto YouTube and delete that video recording of me forcing, brainwashing, pushing and fighting you into deleting my Facebook post about the crimes I committed. So that's how it is. Out there, it's like, I don't know all this IT stuff. I'm dumb, man. I just want to chill for a while, you know. You're probably tired from caving. Maybe you need some company. Now when he's inside, now then he awakes. It's called a light awakening. I'm a light polluted victim. Then people are smart, man. Super criminals are street smart. They know how to pace themselves and then sit over there and then just prey upon them. That's what happens a lot. So everybody is advocating to other people how to corrupt the police and then corrupt the police, and then the police are turned against me. And then they're all then, hey man, please delete my Facebook post about the crimes I committed. Please, Jacob, do that for me now. And that's one thing. So you can say basically in Edward Janco Van Zyl's world, I'm like a puppet, you know. It's a knife stabbed into me. Now I'm temporarily alive like a puppet, like this. Yeah, now he's holding me like a puppet, and then a knife is daggered into me. It's not that painful, but it keeps me temporarily alive. And then he wiggles it around until I delete all of my Facebook posts about the crimes he committed. And then soon afterwards, he takes out the dagger. Or he gets like bribes from other people and stuff like that. He corrupts Paul Wilkinson, super criminal. He corrupts Chantal Venter, easy stuff. And then after that, all of his family people are cleared and his selfishness can go on. Then he takes out the dagger and then I die. I bleed to death. So that's what Edward Janco Van Zyl is doing. That's the real world. There's nothing cool about it. This place surrounding me is such a obesogenic environment that's constantly being light polluted. That people have given up upon me to such an extent that they are no longer even looking upon my own security things, but looking upon me as a shield against all the light pollution that's happening upon my house and thing. So for example, another way is, we're not going to protect your but we're going to use them as a shield. So they shield themselves against all the light pollution that's happening against me by making certain, oh, Jacob should now be standing here against light pollution. Oh no, Jacob should now be standing here against light pollution. Oh, Jacob should now be a shield against light pollution from there. So people are then controlling all of my pelvis, muscles and stuff like that. And then other things surrounding me that's basically poisoning my motor cortex the whole time so that none of my urinating and defecating processes may happen naturally. So that's what happens the whole time. Motor cortex burning poison, and then lots of people are using. Now again, Jacob, please, as a puppet, I'm taking you in there. I'm getting my fist inside of you. So please be a shield for all of the light pollution that's happening against you from that angle. Please now stand like here and be a light pollution shield against all of that pain that's going to you. Oh, please, Jacob, be a shield against all of the light pollution that's happening against you as well. So please stand in this direction and be. So that's why. So this stance, it's called a stance. Please stop here so that you can be a light polluted victim over here. Please stop here so that you can be a light polluted victim over here. Please stop here so that you can be a light polluted victim over here. So there's a type of a thing that's very difficult to diagnose in this instance, is where I need to be stagnant in a certain process or be still at a certain time and space. Very difficult to diagnose in this one as well. Jacob, over here, please stand still for a while so that we can use you as a shield against all of the light pollution that's being committed upon your house and thing. Jacob, please stand still over here so that you can be a shield against all of the light pollution that happened, that's been committed upon your house in Acacia Gauteng. Jacob, just over here, please stand still so that you can be a shield against all of the light pollution that's being committed upon your house in Acacia Gauteng. And now at this moment, people are actually tracking and tracing me. Tracking, tracing, and stalking me. If I'm not misused as a light pollution shield, that's what's happening. People are now actually tracking, tracing, and stalking me if I'm not misused as a light pollution shield. Otherwise, they will assault, harass, punch, fight, stab, and shoot me to death. That's what happens. So that's what happens a lot. Oh, Jacob, please stop over here so that we can misuse you as a light pollution shield again. So I have no what you could call privacy, dignity, privacy communication whatsoever. Nothing. Not one bit of that at all. Now that's what happens a lot. Now I've been informed by people and also noise polluted by people and stating and alleging that, listen, you shouldn't get away with saying that we are corrupting the police. Yes. And please don't have a MobiClaw account. Please allow us to prey upon you even further as a light polluted victim so that we can steal, digitally smuggle, and electronically pirate your MobiClaw account. Because we are so infinitely addicted and infinitely dependent upon corrupting the police. There's no end to it. It's now a new addiction. It's a new trend out there. It's a new drug. This drug is called Let's Corrupt the Police. Please, now it's called Corrupting the Police Meth. Or it's called Corrupting the Police Steroids. It's called, that's what it's called. So that's what people do a lot. They do that a lot. Yeah, so I'm just doing a video recording now because the in this video recording is very important that the infinite serial attempted murderer, Edward Janco Van Zyl, broke into my house in Acacia Gauteng on the 13th of April 2025. He was also trying to kill me and the 5 dogs, 37 rabbits, dussies, 7 chickens and fishes at my house in Acacia Gauteng, so that he could steal, digitally smuggle, and electronically pirate my Facebook account and Google account. He was also preying upon me as an infinite light polluted victim. He was also corrupting the police. So, and this is me, Jacob Janco, saying goodbye, bye. And I also, just as a last mention, all of these rabbits looks about healthy right now for what I can spot. But unfortunately, I've got another rabbit called, unfortunately my rabbit, Vampire 2, isn't in such a good condition. These are the other rabbits that are surrounding me. They're still doing fine. You have Red Me over there, and then you also have Spicy. So you can look upon a guy like Edward Janco Van Zyl, and more importantly, his master, George Moody and his wife, his masters, George Moody and his wife, and Ant-Mine and his wife, they are his masters, not me. They are his masters. They are the light polluters. His masters are infecting, overloading, overcharging, overdosing, and executing my pet rabbit, Vampire 2, with infinite ultraviolet radiation. Now I have to act dumb the whole time because I am, fortunately at that side of my house, there's dumb people that struggle with education. They don't get their matrix very easy. There's epistogenic environments created. There is light polluted environments created all the time so that they can get past their school subjects, so that they can get past matric in the future. So I have to act dumb, but it's not all about acting dumb. After a while, a person is the whole time in dumb mode because they struggle to get through school all the time. So in this case, you have met so many people out there, so many super criminals who are corrupting the police, that they can't stop my pet rabbit vampire 2 being infinitely infected, overloaded, overcharged, overdosed, and executed with infrared radiation as well. So you can see, for example, what is light pollution? Is it actual radiation? Is it nuclear radiation? Is it solar geyser radiation? At the end of the day, once you look at my case and narrow it down, Jacob there's always sunlight surrounding his house. Now, there's always a spotlight shining upon his house. So how does a person state it more? No, there's always, during the day, there's always sunlight shining upon his house. Always. And now during the night, there's always a spotlight shining upon his house. Always. There's always a spotlight shining upon his house. Always. There's not a time that is not sunlight being shined upon his house, and there's never a time that is not a spotlight shined upon his house. Now, once you narrow it down, it is then, this house is then being affected with ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation. That is when the people are always, not allowing, for example, let me, for example, say, I am not allowed, Mr. Jacob Guinness is not allowed to grow plants and trees in his backyard because there needs to be just sunshine being shined upon his house in Akasha Gauteng. There needs to be a lot of sunshine. The whole time, a lot of sunshine needs to be shined upon his house in Akasha Gauteng. During the night, only a spotlight should be allowed to shine upon his house in Akasha Gauteng. There shouldn't be allowed to have any trees or anything blocking all of the ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation from a spotlight shining upon his house in Akasha Gauteng. Nothing should block it. Now, when nothing is blocking it, then all of the insulin resistance, radiation resistance, and heat resistance is then broken down from a rabbit called Vampire 2, and that needs to die. Now, there's not a lot of rabbits in the northern region of Pretoria, Gauteng, and a lot of people are too tachyphobic to save these type of creatures. They have too much of a phobia of speed the whole time. And super criminals like Edward Janco Van Zyl, Chantal Venter, and Paul Wilkinson are corrupting the police. When they are corrupting the police, then I don't have any type of safety and security in order to properly rehabilitate a rabbit like this one. And then I don't have the backup system in order to block all of the ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation my house and Akasha Gauteng are being affected in. Now, what happens is, everybody over here is in a very cool or warm and calm and quiet environment. And then their fantasy world of them being so obese and fat like the whole time is to just bring as much sunshine and shine upon my house in Akasha Gauteng. Just as much as possible. So that is the wishes, not of Maximus Aurelius, but of the obese things. If you look at the film Dune, the super criminal, the main super criminal in that film is a obese guy that floats around. Obese thing. He's bald, everybody's bald. Now that's that one obese mastermind criminal. That is what I'm surrounded with the whole time. As people who are like them. And when I'm surrounded by people who are like that, their ideal is to basically infect my house in Akasha Gauteng with as much ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation they can. That is their ideal. According to June 1, June 2 as well. They just want as much, they just want to infect my house in Akasha Gauteng with as much ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation as possible. Like today even, there were people walking close to my wall over here. What they were doing was even inspecting the coolness of my backyard. They were even expecting plant growth. They were alleging even you are not allowed to grow the plant over here. This plant has opportunity to block all of the ultraviolet radiation your house is experiencing. And that is wrong. It is wrong for this house in Acacia, Gauteng not to be infected with ultraviolet radiation. According to them, me and this rabbit vampire too dying of ultraviolet radiation is alright. It's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. People dying from ultraviolet radiation is fine. It's alright. It's okay. So that's what's happened. So if there is a plant or a tree growing over here and it is potential to block all of the ultraviolet radiation my house in Acacia Gauteng is experiencing, for them that is wrong. It's wrong. It's not right. It's wrong. If I block all of the infrared radiation from spotlights being shined upon my house in Acacia Gauteng, that is just wrong again. For them, for everybody, that's just wrong. It's just wrong. So that is when people are out there, they are always spying upon me, digitally spying upon me, cyber spying upon me, and then they say, well, the first step I have to do, of course, is corrupt the police. Yeah, let me go out there, corrupt the police, and stuff, corrupt the police, and then saying, oh no, Jacob dying of ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation isn't that bad thing, And actually, matter of fact, it's a good thing. And on top of that, it's correct for him to die. And just on top of that, it's more righteous for him to die of all of from as much ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation as humanly possible. As humanly possible, I'm gonna corrupt the police so much that I will corrupt the technicians and engineers in Acacia, Gauteng, and Roslyn, Gauteng so much that even starting this coming Monday, the 14th of April 2025, I will cut down as many certain trees as possible so that this house can be infected with as much ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation as humanly possible. It must happen. I must go past corrupting the police, and I must allow Jacob Genis's house in Acacia Gauteng to be infected with as much ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation as humanly possible. There must be no end to it in sight. So for example, if there is a plant growing over there, and there is a plant growing over there, and it's blocking all of the ultraviolet radiation my house in Acacia Gauteng has to experience, then people will look at, well, listen, there is something that might be blocking some ultraviolet radiation over here. Let's cut down that tree as well. If we are in a sequence, this is Jacob Genis's house. It's constantly being compounded, it's constantly being impacted, and compounded by ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation, constantly. Like a meteor shower, it's constantly going there. But if I don't have access in cutting down these trees and plants and stuff like that, then let me do a move over there at this house and then cut down that tree specifically so that they can eliminate the trees and plants at this over here so that there can be as much ultraviolet radiation being affected upon Jacob Genis's house over here. Yeah, that will work. So that's what people are doing. And the most important thing is they don't talk about the pain whatsoever. There's the amount of extreme pain my house in Acacia Gauteng has to experience because of people, infecting my house in Acacia Gauteng with ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation is extreme. It's to an extent, it is grand corruption. It's how people, they are hiding, they are hiding the evidence of the pain me and my pet rabbits have to experience from all of the ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation my house in Acacia Gauteng has to experience. They are now completely silent. Everybody is like in a straight back way. But the amount of pain me and my rabbits have to experience is extreme. And the people who are trying to diagnose it and help us out is corrupted again. They are corrupted. They are corrupted on a grand scale. There's a book called Grand Corruption, How Corruption is Damaging Developing Countries by George Moody. And what happens is, even in my case, certain of these people who are controlling, rostering, and corrupting the police even further at this moment, on a scale of abyssal downward scale, is basically going, if you look at grand corruption, you can go into the world of ants. So you have these people, they are like happy, they are sighing with relief, they are happy internally all the time, because why? They have case numbers from how they're corrupting the police all the time, and then they look at Little Tree, the company called Little Tree Pty Ltd, which may never grow into a big tree, blocking all of the ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiation my house in Acacia Gauteng is being affected with. So what then happens is, there's a little tree, it must not be a big tree in the future. Now what happens is, certain of these entities are always relief. Ja, Jacob Genis, he's been penalized with 500 Rand for fighting against light pollution. But you know what? Those 500 Rands is a grand corruption thing. So now what happens is, you have all these dog raping entities surrounding me the whole time, and then they look at, let's say for example, my brother Gerard Genis, and his wife Marlene Lindsay, and their son Gerard Genis. Now, they all have been grand corrupted by the dog rapists living surrounding me, staying surrounding me. Grand corrupted is when they are so grand corrupted that they are stealing rands from me. So you have grand and then you have rands. That's what's happening. So you have entities over here who are raping dogs all the time and then committing light polluting crimes against me. And if then they sense, whoa, but how am I going to get further with raping dogs all the time? I'm going to go on and grand corrupt Jacob Genis' brother, Gerard Genis, by penalizing him on his monthly income from the company called Little Tree Pty Ltd. So that's what happens. And that happened since the beginning of 2024. That's what's happened. Since the beginning of 2024, entities who are staying close to me, like in that direction and that direction, was grand corrupting my brother Gerard Genis and his wife Marlene Lindsay and their son Gerard Genis by stealing my rands, basically. So if I was supposed to be financially upgraded from 12,000 Rand to 14,000 Rand in 2024, and then in 2024-25 from 14,000 Rand to 16,000 Rand, you have super criminals surrounding me, grand corrupting them. And that's how I realized in this book, wow, and I thought this book is quite cool. And I love this book because I believe in it, because it happens over here as well. History repeats itself the whole time. So you have over there, this guy goes to that place, have a quick snitch about how it's going to break bones and be a slow fatty following everything around the whole time. And then what happens is he grand corrupts those entities. So my brother Gerard Genis is scientifically proven to have been grand corrupted by the dog rapist staying close to me. That's what happens. Here they are grand corrupted. Grand corrupted is when my rand value is dropping. My rands is being stolen from me. It's not to penalize a person, but the rands is stolen. It's digitally smuggled. It's electronically pirated. A grand scale is not just an entity like Edward Janco Van Zyl corrupting the police. It goes from the police all over to the magistrates' courts, where all those lawyers are also grandly corrupted. It's like a black guy, black lawyer, black judge. I don't want to hear further on because I'm being grandly corrupted by the dog rapist staying close to my house in Acacia Gauteng. So that's what's happened. You have entities surrounding me the whole time, and then I grand corrupt people who are supposed to be paying me rand or rands. That's what happens. It's that quick. They're not stuck in it. They just prey upon me the whole time from being a light polluted victim. And then they keep on making certain that they will trace, track and stalk me the whole time. So that I'm constantly being grand corrupted myself the whole time. It's like having a split personality. One personality of myself is not corrupted all the time, and then one is. So most of the entities are one-dimensional characters who are constantly grand corrupted by the dog rapists surrounding me. But in mine, I think that's not right. It's not right to be grand corrupted as well. So I split my personalities into two. I'm basically the 0-1, the only one that does this. Is to split the personality, and then one personality of mine said, well, this guy shouldn't be allowed to grand corrupt you all the time. He raped a dog, he should be penalized for it, he should suffer for it. And then this dog rapist then wakes up every morning with his fat, slow moving wife, and then states to allege to that person, I'm grand corrupting you now. You're not allowed to pay Jacob Genus 500 rand you penalized them with at the end of last month. You're not allowed to pay him the 4,000 rand for his SARS taxes at all. You're not allowed to do that. He is grand corrupting those entities. They have been grand corrupted. That means they're walking around like grand sophisticated people like Edward Janco Van Zyl, who's a homosexual, like super criminal, walks around like a grand aristocrat with those fancy clothes. He has been grand corrupted on a grand scale. It means he was supposed to give me a burger because I'm tired from craving. No, he is grand corrupted by the dog rapists surrounding me. Simple. Dog rapists are grand corrupters in my case. If you have people over here, because it's a crime where you have sex or you rape a minor type of thing, like a child or a baby. It is consciously animals that consciously entities that can't say no at all. They are minor. They don't know what they've done wrong in order to be raped. Raping a dog is like molesting a child. That's what happens. So if this entity was known and I saw photos of him molesting a child, then what then? What type of corruption would he do then? It won't be called grand corruption then, would it be? No, it won't be. It will be called something else. A whole type of different corruption. But in the world that I've now learned from, in my case, because other bestiality people, they are like, how can I allege this? They would do other type of corruption. But in my case, when I'm fighting against these dog raping people, they are grand corrupting people. So the world of bestiality is much more darker than I thought it is than child molesting. It's much more darker. It goes deeper because you have very rare investigators that can handle bestiologists instead of child molesters. Child molesters, if you investigate child molesters, there's a lot of people that can investigate it. There's a lot of people who can tolerate it. There's also a lot of people that can basically get the job done and do a public view about it. There's lots of people who can do it. But bestiality seems to be very rare. And the corruption and the type of bribes and forgery, because corruption has to do with bribes and forgery, is a lot deeper than child molesting than I thought it was. And it might be even deeper than that. It might go, if you molest a child, it's something, not that it's a minor crime, whatever. But if you rape animals, it's much more worse than molesting a child, I think. That's what I'm thinking. If you rape the dog, I think now in universal, it's worse than molesting a child. It's worse. I don't want to say that, but it's worse. If you molest a child, it's much more worse. sorry, if you rape a dog, it's much more worse than molesting a child. I've realized this now. I didn't even know it would go that far. Raping a dog is more worse than molesting a child. It's much more, because it goes deep into a person's psyche, deep into the underworld of under tunnels. It's worse. Why? Animals are more useless than a child. Animals can't say no after a while. They just can't do it. It's worse. And people have woken up to this. After a while, the consciousness of people that have started to evolve and see these children are not suffering at all. Not what I thought. And there's more children. Well, animals are suffering more and more and more and more. More of the time. And that's what's happening. And that's why in this time, it's bestiality is worse. This guy will wake up and then go and legally sue me again for comparing bestiality crimes with child molesting crimes the whole time. He will then go further on corrupting the police. He will then go further on corrupting the lawyers at the Magistrates Court in Pretoria North for comparing bestiality crimes with child molesting crimes. He will then go further on corrupting even Sarah, Praza, and other private investigators as well for comparing bestiality crimes with child molesting crimes. He is a master order. He is a master criminal spying upon me the whole time. Master. He is a master at this. He will grand corrupt every police officer at Acacia police station by saying Jacob shouldn't do a video recording by comparing bestiality crimes and child molesters anymore. Please don't allow him to do. Then he will go over to the lawyers at the Magistrates Court in Pretoria. Please don't allow, and then he'll grind corrupt them as well. Please don't do bestiality and child porn stuff in comparison anymore. Then he will go to every SARA security people and he will grind corrupt them as well. He will grind corrupt even Praza. He will grind corrupt every private investigator in my neighborhood. He will go on a grind corruption expedition, so that all the cyber criminal investigators will also be grind corrupted the whole time. This guy is a mastermind, super criminal at grind corrupting every investigator in the Northern region of Pretoria. It's a super person who grind corrupted. And that's what happens. You have guys like Edward Janco Van Zyl. I didn't know this guy raped his pet dog and stuff. I didn't know this. And then that's how grand corrupt is. They walk around with a grand style, grand muscles, grand clothes the whole time because they've been grand corrupted. That's grand corruption. Grand corruption is an epic scale. You can say on a grand scale even, or epic scale. Or like in this case, this man will go here and then walk and then grand corrupt my employers or the people who are controlling my investment and then steal rands from my grand. That's what happens. I have a grant, they'll steal the rands from it, just like that. That's how that life happens. So, this is me, Jacob Janco. Goodbye. Bye.